Hello everybody, my name is Matt and you're watching JNM Simulations. Today I have a very interesting video to put out today, or today I have an interesting video to put out today. I have a very interesting video that I am very excited to put out. It's basically going to be just a review for Ultimate Traffic 2. I was going through a lot of my add-ons saying what can I review for the viewers today, and I realized that a lot of add-ons that I haven't actually realized, but they're not actually aircraft. So I forgot the fact that people might want to see other add-ons in aircraft that are available for Flight Simulator X. So what I did was, because like everybody has known, if you've been watching the videos in the past month or so, I repartitioned my hard drive, and I had to get all my add-ons back. And I actually had forgotten about this particular add-on, and I remembered about it, and I said this really is an incredible enhancement to the simulator. So I re-downloaded it, found out how amazing it was again, and then I decided that I would do a review on it. So basically, I'm just going to start with some information about it. I believe it costs somewhere around $30. It's an add-on for FSX that adds traffic. Now that was kind of something you guys could understand from the words Ultimate Traffic 2. But it doesn't really encompass all this stuff. By the way, we're in the default King Air today. I'm sorry, I just couldn't find a small aircraft that was anything better. So I didn't want to do anything. I didn't want to do any like really high quality aircraft to take away from this aircraft, or not the aircraft, but this add-on. Basically, it just provides high quality AI for a flight sim, and I have to say, it really adds something to the game. I know a lot of people say, "Oh, it's just AI. You can get it for free. You can do this. You can do that." I really have experienced this, and I can say that it makes, it adds a whole new life to the simulator. When I'm sitting next to this aircraft, or when I'm sitting next to the Land 777, Land 767 in my 777, that's what I meant to say, and we're taxiing out to the runway, it just adds a different type of feeling to the simulator. And because I want to be a pilot in real life, it sort of adds a feeling of fulfillment, because I'm doing what I want to do. I'm flying among these incredible aircraft and these incredibly large things, and they're doing exactly what I'm doing, and they're flying around the world just like me, and everything like that. So it really adds something to the flight simulation experience. There's a user interface, which I'll do very shortly in the add-on review, that I will show you very, very shortly. What I'm going to do first is I'm going to just come around here and show you the various aircraft that are included, various airlines. Every single plane that is here, and right now I set it for the daytime, I believe. So at this exact time, if you go to JFK, these aircraft will be here, or at least back in the day they would, when this was released in around 2010. These aircraft were scheduled to fly from these places. So these are all scheduled flights. These are none of these flights are just randomly generated, or flights that are flying from just point A, point B, not actually going anywhere, just randomly generated. These are actual routes that are that were taken by the creators of the add-on and compiled and assigned to different aircraft that are now present in the actual game. And it's awesome. It really makes you feel like an actual pilot when you see all these aircraft, and you're like, wow, these would actually be here. If I went to JFK right now, these would all be here doing the exact same thing that they're doing here. So it really adds, I don't know, just a sort of accomplishment. And it's something that really nothing else brings to me. Right now the setting is all the way up, by the way. So if you think there's a lot of traffic, this is the highest setting. It has quite a hit to performance. about 10 FPS, but I can definitely, depending on what your graphics are set up, mine are set up at 100% everything, so I can give 10 frames per second, and it's not going to do much to my experience, as you can see. Running it at a little bit less frames per second on the ground is not a problem. It makes, even though to me the trade-off is so much better than the problems. It really, it adds so much and takes away so little that I have no problem giving 20 frames per second to the add-on in order to operate it. So I'm just gonna keep going around the airfield. I will. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna show you these aircraft right here, and I'm gonna slew over to the active runways, just to show you what it's like to have like a actual line for the runway. So I just wanted to dodge that thing. Whatever. It's only a game. What I'll do here is, I'll do a slew now, just to show you these aircraft in here, and then what I'll do is I'll come out into here and slew myself around. So here's some other actually bigger aircraft that I'll show you, because why not? Put it right here. Oops, it's too far. It's a little bit hard to get this right perfect. This aircraft, American 75 with that special livery, Singapore Airlines, all these crazy beautiful aircraft, just sitting around doing their jobs, ready to go at a moment's notice. They will depart on a regular time, so you might come in and there might be aircraft that are not departing until a little while, just because they're not scheduled to depart for a little while. So that does happen sometimes. As you can see, here's some movement on the taxiway. Like I said, though, every single aircraft that you see here, if you wait long enough, they will go. All these aircraft, Air India, Saudi Arabian, all these aircraft, every single aircraft will depart as normal. It will do it. And then, as you can see, tons of aircraft in the sky, a bunch of aircraft moving on the ground. I'm going to see if I can find a line. There's sometimes the peak times that are much more busy than others. So if you come, may say during 6 o'clock at night rather than midday, you might get a little bit more action going on. As you can see, these 4 is the runway that they're using for takeoff today. So I'm going to come right behind this aircraft to try and give you a perspective of what it's like to be behind aircraft. As you can see, there's an aircraft on final, Bombardier Learjet, and we're right behind a Embraer 190 of JetBlue. Basically, it adds, like I said, it adds the feeling of actually being a pilot. So what I'll do is I'll fly. I'll set up my aircraft to fly, then I'll let it sit there for maybe 30 minutes. Because if you let it sit there for 30 minutes, all the aircraft have time to get out, and you'll actually have quite a big line of aircraft in front of you. And I know some people will be like, oh, that's annoying because you have to sit there on the line. But it really, I have to say, it adds to the simulator. It makes it feel like you're actually in a line waiting departure. It gives you time to finish off checklists. It gives you time to prepare and brief your your takeoffs and landings. It just really enhances the entire experience. And I know, it is one of the most fun add-ons that I have, and I think that I could not do without it now that I have it back. But what we'll do here is I'll slew back up there again so we don't have to wait here. We'll just go on this right here. I'm sorry, I know that this is unrealistic, but we're not really shooting for realism. At the moment, we're trying to shoot for in order to show the aircraft, and not the aircraft, the add-on and its capabilities. So here comes the Learjet 45. I'm going to show you its landing. It's a very smart AI. It does well with its job. I think all the landings are within 500 feet per minute rate. As you can see, here comes the Learjet 45. Landing quite fast, if you ask me. Anyway, here it goes down the runway. It will stop when it hits when it stops. It will stop and it will taxi to the gate, or not gate, but the parking that it was assigned to, which is very cool. Then we have the JetBlue aircraft here that will take off in momentarily. As you can see, I think it was just past. As you can see, all of these aircraft are getting ready. This is all JFK ground. So all these aircraft are on the way to this runway. So I might just pause it here and show you what the line looks like after a little while. But as you can see, a lot of aircraft movement, especially in scheduled times. As you can see, a lot more of aircraft, or not a lot more of aircraft, a lot of aircraft are preparing to leave as the time has been, as we have been sitting here for a longer amount of time. As you can see, that was the Learjet, I believe. What I'll do is I'll see if I can zoom in on it down there at the end of the runway, because that JetBlue is ready to take off. So there it is. So it's going to start its taxi momentarily, and here's another aircraft coming right there. Shortly, the JetBlue E190 will start its engine, not start its engines, but start its. Here's another JetBlue A320 taxi. This aircraft will go full thrust and take off in just a second. And there's probably an aircraft on final, like another one. So as you can see, there's a lot of aircraft movement. Very, very fun, and it adds the experience immensely. It's a, let's see, 757. Actually, I believe it's going to another airport, or maybe it's just turning final now. We'll be able to tell in a second. There's also civil aircraft. Last time I used this, I turned the civil aircraft all the way down, but this time I like to have it because it adds, it's in a large part of aviation. Not having it would be kind of missing something. So here goes that aircraft, taking off a little bit of time. There's that other JetBlue aircraft, A320. And there it goes, taking off. Little jet. Oh, is that an ANA? Here comes an ANA. I believe it's a 777. I can't imagine they would fly anything else. Last time I photographed, I went to JFK. I photographed an ANA 777. There he is, coming on its way. Very cool. Very, very realistic things. I have actually photographed that aircraft. So here comes the American 757 on approach here. And if I zoom in a little bit more, you can see it. And that will be landing. And then we have another 777 coming right here for departure, followed by a CRJ. So after this large movement of aircraft ceases, I will begin to show you the user interface of this wonderful application. As you can see, it's being rendered shortly. In the virtual cockpit, it's rendered much, much sooner because most of the time it's spent inside the virtual cockpit. So, like I said, it'll be rendered much sooner if you're using the virtual cockpit. If not, it won't be rendered. That's actually landing on 4 right. As you can tell, it's a little bit too far off to be landing on this runway. So I believe it's landing on 04 right. 04 right is just up the way. It's a little bit farther. So here comes that aircraft. And here comes the ANA 777, followed by, or not followed by, but preceded by this Delta ERJ, I believe it is. So you can see just a very detailed. There's another Beechcraft. There's another aircraft just coming. So as you can see, it's a very, very awesome add-on, and I recommend it to anybody that really wants to enhance their experience. There's the 7.5 that wants to expand their experience and make it a much more realistic simulator. So right now we'll just transfer over to the user interface of this. So unfortunately, with the constraints of our Fraps, we are not actually able to, I can't get Fraps to start recording the user interface for the application. So what I've decided to do is I'm just going to take a few pictures, and then what I'll do is I will import those into the video, which you can see right now, and we will get going. So right here on the home page, as you can see, it just tells you some statistics about the add-on. As you can see, total scheduled weekly flights 553,000. That means that every week these 553,000 flights are executed. And then as you can see under that, total daily flights, which means that these flights are done every single day, 1,383,000. So an immense amount of aircraft are actually flying through the airspace at a given moment. And if you have an advanced aircraft, you can see these on your TCAS, and you'll fly by them, and then you'll be able to see them on the ground. Next up, we go into traffic options. As you can see from this window, this is really where you can start getting into how you want this add-on to run. It gives you the option to put the weekly traffic density and the daily traffic density up to 100%. As you can see, I have 100%, and I run pretty well with 100%. Especially, I mean, on the ground, you will get some frame rate hit. As soon as you lift off the ground, everything will be going back to normal. But on the ground, you will take some hits, so keep that in mind. They have a generic repaint, which is called dataless. I don't really like dataless because it's not a real airline, and it just doesn't really look, it doesn't look, it doesn't look real. It doesn't look, what is it, genuine. It doesn't look like a genuine aircraft. So I mean, I like to keep it out of my videos, especially, and I like to keep it out of my eyesight. And then enable moving jetways on Ultimate 2 Traffic 2 aircraft. That just, to me, seems like something that's completely useless. Obviously, for visual purposes, it's not useless, but I prefer to leave the frame rate where it is and not suffer any more drops. So, moving on, as you can see, there are the aircraft repaint options, database management, flight options, and AI labels. Really, nothing's really important to me in this. As if you get this aircraft, you will be able to use them all. But I want to show you the one that is important to me, which is, just get my charger real quick and plug it in. The only one that's important to me on here is AI labels, which gives you the opportunity to choose what they show. As you can see, this is my options that I have set up right this moment, and it is just you can have it show a bunch of different things. Really not too not too important. The another cool thing is that what you can do is, if you want the to see like what the traffic's going to look like at a certain point. So if you want to plan your flight for a certain time, to be able to see what aircraft you're going to see, and to desire to see a certain type of aircraft or aircrafts. Aircraft is actually just the plural. Aircraft and aircraft. There's no S at the end. My bad. If you want to see certain aircraft, it can generate an image for you, a map. Actually, right now it's currently updating and finding en route aircraft to create the map. So it will take a second, and I will come back to you when it is completely done. So what I've done here in this specific screenshot, as you can see, the screenshot shown in front of you today, right now I should have said, is a map over the United States of America showing all flights going into, North America, going into and out of New York JFK Kennedy International Airport. It's an incredibly large amount of aircraft, and as you can see, this is 100% solely JFK, right? So all these aircraft are going to JFK. This is only one airport. All these aircraft, as you can see, aircraft coming over the Atlantic from the, the whatever, Europe, coming from Africa, coming from all places. This is everything going to one airport. There's at least 100 to maybe 200 aircraft just for this airport on Monday. This, by the way, is only at 17 local, and 22 Zulu. So 20, I mean, that's great. 22 Zulu. This is only the aircraft for 22 Zulu. It is actually a time lapse, so it's actually 15 times the rate of time if you want it to be, and you're able to actually see each aircraft and what they're flying, its route, and what type of aircraft it is. So it's an incredibly interesting add-on, and you can set what settings you want to be at a certain airport at a certain time to be able to see certain aircraft and fly out with certain aircraft, and it's really amazing at doing those certain jobs. Other things that are included are just utilities and then updates. Really something that I don't really need to show you. There are many more features of this add-on, but as you can see, I can't really encompass it all into one video without making it extremely long. So I'm going to cut it off here and really recommend this this add-on a lot. I really think it's an incredible add-on, and it makes my flying experience unlike any other flying experience I've ever had, and I really, really highly encourage the use of this add-on. So that's pretty much all I have to say. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you next time.